The following video was produced by the Montreal History Centre, in collaboration with the Arrondissement Villeray-Saint-Michel Parc-Extension, and the Corporation de Développement Économique et Communautaire Sonore. The title is Living Together in Parc-Extension, and it is part of the exhibition Cent ans d'Histoire, Raconte-moi Parc-Extension, from 2011. The video begins with Franciscan brother Pierre Charloin.
Why not move to a place where we can bring cultures together? It is true that when we arrived in Parc-Extension, we realized that there are many cultures, and some countries and religions are more fully represented than others. There may be a risk of ghettoization. We found Parc-Extension a fascinating interreligion laboratory. We wondered, what could we do here? We decided to encourage people to visit other people's places of worship. We thought we would visit the four great traditions in Parc-Extension and discover the others' traditions, hear and see a little of their prayers, and end with a friendly gathering for tea or a meal. In 2008 we held our first Caravan of Peace, and we had the second last year in 2010. I think we had twice as many participants for the second one. In 2010, we had well over 100 people who walked the whole route. It really was a beautiful moment. We ended with the Sikhs on Du Rocher Street, beside a big Hindu temple. They were kind and generous enough to prepare food for us all, so it was magnificent.
At the Sikh Community Center, Rupendra Miani speaks.
We are following the Sikhism. It's a different religion from Hindus and Muslims. It's a different religion. And we have 10 teachers, 10 gurus, we call them gurus. And we have a holy book by them, in which they write all the teachings, everything to follow, like in our lives, to serve other peoples. To serve other peoples and to save peoples, to help peoples. It's everything inside. When they come in a new country, they don't have help from different places, so this is the place where they can get the starting help for their living. Like they don't have food right away, so they can serve for a few days or something. It's kind of help for them. So there is a lot of community who is staying here, so the people often come here. But we have a big one in La Salle. It's a big one. We have in DDO also, it's big also, but the La Salle, it's too big. People from this area, they come here because it's easy to reach, and there are some metro stations also nearby.
Shirley Leberge.
In 1965, there wasn't much. There were schools, but most of all there were churches. There was no community health service. There were several churches, depending on the ethnic group. It's rare, but there was a small Jewish temple on Beaumont near Beaumont Shopping Center. I don't know if the temple is still there, but the building is. There's a church at the corner of Delepe and Jean Talon, 3 Greek churches in fact. A Greek church at the corner of Delepe. It's been there some time. I think there's a small Haitian church a bit further north. A Japanese church, a Ukrainian church at the corner of Jerry. And a lot of Muslim temples now, all around the neighborhood. Some of them are quite small, but there are a fair number of them now.
At Asuna and Abawia's Mosque, Ali Bain Fakih speaks.
I can't say exactly, but there must be 5 or 6 mosques.
5 à 6 mosquées.
But this is the largest. With this mosque, many Muslims came to live in this neighborhood. What worries the new arrival most is finding a place to live. The first thing they do is come here and ask for help. We bring them here to help them find a place to live.
In the mosque's library, Ali reads one of many books. Elsewhere, Patrick Pitter speaks.
Back in 1955, there were masses in English, masses in French, and sometimes bilingual masses. I remember the priests. Father Robitaille, who could give the sermons in English or in French. Father Rosset, the parish priest. He gave his sermons in French mostly, but he could get by in English too, depending if we were late or early. We went to Mass in English or French or both languages at once.
Father George Saitanis, in 1974, his dream was to have a church, a bigger church, for the Greeks to come and celebrate the celebrations, because the other church that's just down the street was small. And so he approached the Catholic bishop in 1974 and convinced him to sell us their church, their Catholic church. And so that's what happened. And then it was, of course, a bigger church and more Greek people can come, and our celebrations and our traditions took place between the two churches, of course, but it helped out a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Barbara Hasiotis.
The role of the church in Parc-Extension. I guess it's a place where we can feel that we're Greek and identify, and just our culture begins and our traditions. And so you feel part of it, because a lot of them, they left their country, so it's kind of like their mini Greece, their mini home. This is their home. So the church is important, you know. It's where you can meet all these people. And from day to day and week by week, so you're busy and you don't see them, but on the celebrations and the weddings and churches, we use the church, right? And so we see each other, and it's our way for staying together and feeling that we're still Greek and we haven't lost our identity, even though we're in another place, not in Greece.
Man is the enemy of what he does not know. When man does not know something or someone, he tends to be its enemy. But the reverse, the contrary, is also true. When you know someone, you discover other cultures, you learn many things, and you will live well with others.
Nuran Nahar.
I feel everybody is same. I think everybody is same. But I don't know, somehow the religion are different. But still, sometimes I think why? All are human, you know, and why there is different religions? Like some Muslims, some Hindus, some Buddha, some, you know, different, some Christian. But why? I just think, but I couldn't find answer. Good answer.
The video ends on an image of yellow rose petals placed on top of a stone wall. The title, Living Together in Parc-Extension, appears in bright yellow letters. Directed by Antonio Pierre de Almeida. Audio description by Ella Cuscio.